Hello everyone, this is Steve with ATL Bike Night, and today I'm going to show you how to adjust the free play in your throttle on a Triumph Speed Triple. Now this application and do-it-yourself is pretty universal for most bikes, and it's actually a very simple thing to do. So what we're going to do is get a little bit closer here. And you'll see that the throttle is right here. Most sport bikes, the throttle adjusters would actually be right here. But on some bikes, such as the Triumph, it's actually here. And it's underneath this sleeve here. So you actually would pull this sleeve back. And you can see here that there's a nut and a bolt right here, and what you do is you just take a regular wrench, go ahead and loosen that nut and bolt, and you just twist the applicator. Typically, if you're twisting it to the right, which would be away from the throttle, it'll reduce the free play. As you can see here now, I don't have a whole lot. Before I did the application, I had about, I'd say, a little less than 1/4 of an inch, which is way out of spec. Typically you want between a millimeter and 3 millimeters. And what you can do is just put a piece of blue tape and mark the tape from where it is in full deceleration mode and to where you get your first little bit of throttle catch, and you mark that, and then you just would measure the distance. And then once you do take it apart and you do adjust it like I have, you want to make sure, we'll put the camera down, that you can move the throttle in its full throttle and deceleration all the way without it getting hung up or any binding, because obviously that would be unsafe to do so. So as you can see, it's all the way in. If this does not solve your problem, you can actually go down here into the bike, and you can see, I know the lighting's not very great, but right behind the right side of the engine, you can actually see right in here, that's where your throttle cable is. And this is, you want to make sure it's touching all the way, and there is an adjuster right there that you can get to and tighten that more if this doesn't fix the issue right here. And once you're done with it, what you're going to want to do is tighten that nut back up, and then of course close the sleeve, start the bike up too. Make sure that when you do that, when you pull the throttle, that it doesn't bind, and you'll be able to hear if it binds, because you'll still hear the engine revving up even though you've let go of the accelerator. Again, it's a pretty easy thing to do on the Triumph, and it's a pretty standard application on most bikes. Like I said, the Triumph is about 1/4 way down. Several sport bikes like the Kawasaki's and Suzuki's, they're right here. And you've got the accelerator, which is this top one, and the decelerator. Some bikes have an adjustment for both, but typically you just need to adjust the accelerator only. If you have any questions or need me to go in any further detail, I know the lighting wasn't so great on this video, just leave me a post at the bottom, and I will answer you as soon as possible. Again, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.